Bro, what are we doing, bro? I feel like some of y'all, like, brother, oh my god, the CIA must be doing backflips in their office right now, bro, because like they just know niggas will buy anything. What the fuck is this bullshit, bro? Hey man, I ain't gonna lie, I was scrolling across Buddy's channel looking for some stuff to react to, and I ain't gonna lie, bro, I had seen this and it really caught me off guard. Air Jordan 11 Rare Air Cleat. They're making cleats out of J's. I ain't gonna lie, man, we gotta tap in and see what he talking about. I ain't gonna lie, what was the thought process behind this purchase? Was it worth it, and do you regret your life after it? Like, these are all questions that need to be answered, and they will be in this video. So without further ado, let's tap in.
This pair right here was a pleasant surprise, and I had to pick them up. Today we're looking at the Air Jordan 11 baseball cleats in the Rare Air color.
Bro, what are we doing, bro? I feel like some of y'all, like, brother, oh my god, the CIA must be doing backflips in their office right now, bro, because like they just know niggas will buy anything. What the fuck is this bullshit, bro? What are these cleats right here?
Way. Oh yeah, and if you didn't know by now, my name is DJ and this is the DNA show. As you can see from the box, this is a different switch up from your Rare Air style Jordan box, and we've seen with the previous pairs, like for example the Gratitude Air Jordan 11s, they did the same type of box for the cleats as those, but for this one they gave us a cheaper box with the black with the gold.
Okay, but like, let me ask y'all this. Where are you going to be wearing these shoes? On concrete? You finna be walking around the streets with these? That just looks uncomfortable, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Don't let there be some in the sidewalk, a rock or a crack you didn't see, bro. Your whole ankle's going with that, bro. Like, bro, you step off the curb, you don't watch your step. You going down the stairs, you don't watch your step. It's over with for you. Like, genuinely. Like, these just look like a safety risk. These don't even look like they're legit. Like, I ain't gonna lie, unless y'all was planning on playing soccer in Jordans, I don't know what else we need these for.
Jumpman, this is kind of similar to the older style box like we used to see about 10 years ago. Now again, we do see this still on different golf spikes and other Jordan cleated type options, so it is on brand with that part. But when it comes to Jordan 11s and it being the holiday, the sacred model, I feel like they definitely should have stayed on par with giving us that Rare Air Jordan 11 style box. But that's just my opinion based off of what I've seen previous releases on the cleated versions of the holiday releases from the past, if that makes any sense. Now flipping open the lid of the box, you're gonna notice you have your all over carbon fiber print paper, and then peeling that back you got the shoe, or I guess it's a cleat.
Okay.
Now before we get to breaking down the differences between the cleats and the basketball pair,
I mean, it's pretty obvious, bro.
You know we gotta go over the history first. Back in 1996, the Air Jordan 11 originally came out in 3 colorways. That's right, 3, not 5. The white black Concords, the black and reds known as the Playoffs or Breads, and then the Columbia Air Jordan 11s. Correct. The Cool Grays and the Space Jams are not original releases. They came out later after the fact.
Interesting.
Not OGs. And speaking of that era of the Cool Grays and the Space Jams, we also did get a re-release of the Concord, the Bread, and the Columbias in that 2000-2001 era, which was crazy to think because they dropped 5 classic iconic Jordan 11s in a 2-year span. The world would probably
That is crazy though.
explode if they did that now. And then they took a break from that, and in 2008 we saw the Air Jordan 11 CDP pack, which then ignited the holiday Jordan 11 series. We got a bunch of OGs back, and they introduced new,
And then we got a whole bunch of other colorways, yeah.
colorways. And from 2008 to current time, we've gotten a new Air Jordan 11 or a retro of an Air Jordan 11 every single year. Now Jordan Brand has to continue to grow and expand their business, and because of that, what do? Create new options and give us additional colorways and other models alongside their holiday releases. So we got the Gamma Air Jordan 11s this past holiday, and with this being the anniversary, we also saw them give us multiple Air Jordan 11s with these other drops.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Regional exclusives, and the Rare Air 11 was also amongst that bunch at the end of the year drop.
Yes.
Now when it comes to the Rare Air 11 in particular, if you guys remember, we saw the Rare Air 1s, we saw the Rare Air 3s, the Rare Air 4s, and then we got the 11 at the end of the
Yeah, like they just rolled out the whole collection. You know what I'm saying?
the year. So this pair in particular is going to represent a lot of different elements behind the Rare Air series, kind of explaining the different samples and miscreated pairs and giving us that rare feel to it, because we know we've seen multiple pairs that have been done just slightly incorrectly, upside down swoosh, missing this, whatever. Next thing you know, it's a crazy expensive shoe and a rare gem that everybody wants to collect.
He ain't lying.
So they decided to bring that same storyline to life, giving us different iterations from different samples and OGs over the years. This was a pair that I knew for a fact I had to have in my collection, and again, like you see from the bottom, 2 different colors, they switched it up. Typically these things match when it comes to a normal pair, but because it's a part of that Rare Air series, we got that nice little switch up, especially with the Jordan branding on the side on the eyelids. Now this is something that we saw originally way before the DMP pack sample, which also the DMP did have that on it.
Nice.
Which that's what everybody thought was coming out, but then they realized it wasn't once they got them in hand, because in the booklet it shows something else, but the pair that came out to the public didn't have the Jordan branding on the side. So that's kind of giving you a basis of how we got to this point. But remember when I talked about Jordan brand has to find ways to create more opportunities off the same products and give us new options? That's where they decided to step into that bag of giving us cleated bottoms. So typically with this, we'll get a baseball cleat bottom like this one right here, and then also a football cleat bottom as well. So for this release in particular, they only did a baseball cleat bottom. Typically they do baseball and football and double dip and give us both options. And y'all know me, I played a ton of sports growing up and I played college football, so I love having a bunch of cleats in my collection from back in the day. I've been collecting cleats forever. I got Terrell Owens Pro Bowl cleats right here, and I got Randy like there's just so many cool cleats that I have in my collection.
Good for you, man. Good for you. Good for you.
So when it comes to stuff like this, it feels like it's a
All right, I guess Bruddy's just a cleat guy. All right.
must. It's like I gotta have it to complete the set for all the 11s and the cleats and everything like that. Yo, DNA fam, I know you guys are into sneakers, so I'm gonna assume that you're into investing as
Brody,
well, which means
I'ma
you're
go
probably
ahead and,
also interested in leveling up your life. I think you definitely need to check this out. Run it up. So looking at the bottom, major thing, obviously, like we know, it's going to be the cleat bottom compared to the tennis shoe bottom. They didn't do any specific coloring or anything like that. They kind of just matched it with that sail vibe. This is more of like a milky, translucent, more piss yellow, I guess, not actually as milky compared to this color of sail that you see on the bottom of the cleat. And then when it comes to the midsole, the shape is going to be different, but it's going to give you that same white Phylon midsole vibe to it. It's just going to have a little bit of a different structure as you go throughout the cleat, a little bit smoother on the front end, a little bit textured. And then also, you know, on the baseball cleats on the toe, there's usually like a plastic piece right here in the front, so just a little bit different as well. Now when it comes to the upper and the materials and the shapes and everything, they are different when it comes to the overall feel of the materials, and then the cuts are a little bit different as well, and that's just
Damn. On feet, like, I ain't gonna lie, they're cool on feet, but like they're not, you know what I'm saying, like they're not all that. They're alright.
just based off of how the shoe is.
The cleats though, the cleats are sorry as hell. I don't know what going through his head. Like he's hyped over these cleats. Like he's loving it. But like me personally, this ain't my sway. But hey, teach their own, you know.
Fabricated, like you're gonna notice you're gonna have less of a gap right here, just very small, just basically like the size of my finger. And then on the back end right here, you're gonna notice there's a ton of space around the heel area on the basketball shoe. And then going to the front end, same thing. And then even on the toe, as you look at it, it's gonna have that same type of cap to it, but it feels a lot bulkier here on the basketball shoe compared to the baseball cleat. It's a lot more slim and narrowed down, kind of chopped up right there. Now again, this is going to be based off of the cleats. We typically see something like this on a lot of the Jordan 11 cleats, just based off of, again, how it needs to be set up for performance as well. Now when it comes to the back end around the heel area, you're going to notice that the leather is smooth looking, but it has a solid little texture to it. It's not bad, it's pretty soft. And when it comes to the cleat, it's a lot grainier, more stiff, has more of a plasticky kind of feel to it compared to that softer leather, and it doesn't really have any movement to it. Now you got the red Jumpman on both of these, and then on the back end when it comes to the 23, they do look very similar, but this one is a lot thicker and it's more.
That's a 23? I never noticed that till now. That's crazy.
put together into one piece, and then this looks like each number is individually set into there with the lines being on there individually. The collars are going to be similar, all black there, again just a little bit different when it comes to how puffy it is and the overall shape of it, but for the most part, again, really similar and on par for each other. These both come standard with some sail rope laces.
Yeah. I don't know why do they make the all white laces look like have this tint to them? Why didn't they just make them all white? This right here, think this is what's throwing me off about the shoe. Like, this wasn't necessary, bro.
I feel like the laces look really similar, and then the overall material on these two shoes and the side panels and everything, this tumbled leather that you see on the top end, on the front end of the foot, this is a lot more similar to each other compared to the back end of the two shoes. So I feel like they did a good job on that. You got your Jordan branding here on the tongue patches with the red Jumpman and the gray text, and then on the inside of the sock liner on the basketball shoe you got your Rare Air branding in the blue sock liner, and then on this one you got your red Jumpman with the blue sock liner. So they didn't give these the Rare Air branding, but essentially it's the same thing. Now behind the tongue on the basketball pair you have a blue patch, white text, and red lines and a red Jumpman. And then on the cleated pair, same thing right here. The 11 tongue on the basketball pair got that old school vibe to it. This one is like newer, modern, more blocky, a lot easier to read, a lot clearer. So I'm not mad at this right here. I feel like it would be nice if it was a little bit smaller, kind of more standard to that size, but I like the way it's presented. They did a good job on that. But I'm also not mad at this one because this gives you that old school feel, how the 11s used to be back in the day. So I like that as well. Out of the cleats and the shoes, which one do you like more? I'm sure a lot of people are gonna say the shoes, but
yes,
some people like,
brother, yes we are.
the cleats more. They like the different switch up, seeing something like this.
Man, who are these people, bro? I mean, if y'all rocking these, let me know. If this is a cop that you're gonna add to your collection, let me know about. I doubt it.
I'm very surprised that these are still available. I'll try to link these in the video for you guys as well if you plan on picking them up. I was just telling people about these. A lot of these cleats, they come out, they sit, they go for retail, they might go on sale. You catch them, especially the big sizes, they always go quick. But then later down the line, a cleat like this, you gotta remember, this is like a, I don't want to call it like a once in a lifetime opportunity thing, but they don't really retro this type of stuff. So when you see this, when you think about 5, 7, 8 years from now, 10 years from now, 2 seasons for next season, because when they're not available, all the pro athletes, they want to have them to wear them on the field and everything, and then they can't find them, and then the prices start shooting up.
Really?
And you'd be like, bro, I remember when I picked those up and nobody wanted them. They were sitting on the website. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I've literally been getting cleats since 2006, 2007, like buying Jordan cleats. Remember the East Bay drops when they had the black cements and the white cement threes? What was that, like 2008? All that stuff, I remember getting that stuff. It was cheap. Like you could buy it for like 48 bucks or something and catch it.
48? Man, what a time to be alive. We could wish now.
On sale, and then years down the line, next thing you know, they're going for hundreds of dollars. So
oh yeah, bro, I know you was, bro. When that resale price came out, you was the first person to walk over to that Foot Locker and be like, hey man, what y'all got going? What's up? Get me right.
I've just seen those trends over the years, and I always try to keep you guys up to date on stuff like that, because a lot of people don't know this is like a hidden gem when it comes to collecting cleats. And again, if you want to just get it to collect it, you don't want to wait till later and then the price is stupid and you're like, damn, I had the chance.
Y'all, what he is saying is kind of true, but like I don't really plan on buying cleats, so this information is not gonna help me either way. I don't really care to own a pair, and I really don't care to resell them either. But I mean, if this is something you want to do, you know what I'm saying, maybe you buy these, you keep them, you resell them for later. Who knows?
To buy them when I seen the video and I didn't get it. So I just want to make sure that you guys understand that this is definitely something that happens pretty often, and I don't want you to miss out on that opportunity if you're trying to hit the lick or just get a dope pair for your collection. So that's gonna do it. I hope you guys enjoyed this one.
Alright, man, we finna go ahead and end this off. Love y'all, appreciate y'all, grateful for y'all. Sleaxzegang, let's do it to him. God is good. We give God all the glory. I'm gonna catch you on the next one, man. Peace out.